So namaste everyone, and welcome. Thank you for coming. We're coming from very windy but beautiful Martika, Nepal, the place where Guru Rinpoche attained the city of immortality. So we're still getting set up here, but while we're still getting set up, I wanted just to reintroduce, in case some of you are coming for the first time. So this Nolsang Incense Puja, we try to assemble as many of the offering substances as we can. And so when you look down in the text, and by the way, I hope you've downloaded both the Nolsang text as well as the supplementary prayers. Those will be in the show notes. So while we're still getting set up, download if you have to download, and then set up your substances. So my assistant was
set up your substances. I like that line.
Was showing you this. So here we have various incense sticks, we have incense powder, and then as many of the other substances as you can. So here there's bamboo, we got flowers, we got some various kinds of FLOUR flower or sampa. We have brocade and some jewels, as well as some other goodies. So just whatever you can assemble, please do that now. And then, you weren't able to find the other table.
No, there was not on the room any other table.
Okay, no problem. So while our fire is still getting set up,
there was this very small red one beside you on the left side.
then let's start with the Nolsang supplementary prayers. So yes, we just asked at the beginning for people to write in the live chat where they're from. So I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces from before. So Mexico, Singapore, India. Okay, yeah, India.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Oh.
Who's from Santa Cruz?
You have to be more specific with Santa Cruz. Are you referring to California? Are you referring to
Santa Cruz, Mexico?
Yeah.
UK.
And then UK.
Who's from UK?
Stina.
Stina, hello, Stina.
Hi, Stina.
And Russia. Hello, Russia.
Yeah, you can say something in Russian. You can say something in Russian.
Nice. So thank you very much for joining. As some of you know, as you've been coming to these practice sessions, Sinwi, namaste.
Australia.
Sinwi.
Hi, Sinwi.
And then also, Australia. Oh, Santa Cruz, California. Okay.
Who's from Santa Cruz? Who's from Santa Cruz?
Larry.
Hi, Larry.
So as many of you know, then when the COVID crisis broke out, then Khandrila had recommended that this practice be done here in Nepal by a group of some lamas.
Very strong wind.
Please pray for the tree not to fall down.
And the thought is, that actually it's good that there's strong wind, because after we light the incense, then we're going to visualize the smoke pervading the entire universe. So when the smoke just gets blown away by the incense, it'll help our visualization. But in any case, this smoke then purifies the environment and the beings there. So Khandrila had recommended that this practice be done here in Nepal at the various holy places here. But due to the lockdown, then the lamas couldn't travel to these places. So then we had the thought to do these virtual Nolsang Incense Pujas and do it on live stream so that people from around the world can then participate together. And then each of our own individual smoke clouds here then combined together can really make a difference and pervade the whole world. So thank you for all coming. So let's turn to the first, the supplementary prayers. Nolsang Puja supplementary prayers.
Yeah, the file called supplementary prayers. Nolsang.
Nolsang Puja supplementary prayers. Okay.
Do you have one?
Okay. So before we do that, okay, then actually the most important thing is let's just adjust our motivation. Okay. So I hope many of you tuned into His Holiness the Dalai Lama's talk that he did again on live stream a few hours ago. So in that, he said, he quoted a few things from Shantideva, first of which was, all the happiness in the world comes from the wish to benefit others, whereas all the suffering in the world comes from the wish for happiness for oneself. So here, although nominally we're doing this puja to pacify the dangers of the COVID virus, well, actually, you see, it's not merely enough for us to be free from the illnesses. It's not enough just for us to be free from the problems and suffering, but rather thinking that actually all sentient beings are just like us and wanting happiness and wanting to avoid suffering. So that now that we have attained this very wonderful, amazing, perfect human rebirth, with this very body and mind, we can accomplish any one of the purposes of practicing Dharma: a higher rebirth in our next life, liberation from samsara altogether. But as wonderful as those would be, that's still not enough. When we consider the suffering situation of all sentient beings, and seeing in our current situation, we're actually very limited in our ability to help others. So therefore, in order that we can, in the best way possible, and truly lead them to a state free of suffering and a state of, stable and lasting peace and happiness, we ourselves must first fully develop ourselves, fully develop our potential, and become completely awakened Buddhas. Then and only then will we have the power, ability, and knowledge to lead sentient beings in the most effective way to be free from the oceans of samsaric suffering. And so since the attainment of enlightenment is not without causes, in order to achieve enlightenment, we have to accumulate those causes, namely the collection of merit and transcendental wisdom. And so please think that we're doing this puja for that reason, so we can achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. But yes, we don't want sentient beings to experience even the slightest suffering, even while they're in samsara. So we're also going to do this on a more kind of temporary basis. Yes. To pacify and alleviate all the sufferings within samsara, especially in this world. This world, all the inhabitants of this world we have a special karmic connection with. So to especially pacify all the sufferings of disease, of natural disasters, of economic problems, famine, of war, terrorist attacks, so forth. So to pacify all these as well, we're going to do this puja. And then we're also going to do this puja for the long lives of the spiritual friends, particularly His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and that all of their holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled, and that all of their centers, projects, and activities will have all the obstacles completely dispelled and receive all the required conditions such that they may be successful in their activities to benefit the sentient beings and the Dharma. Okay? So again, in short, so that this puja becomes the cause for all of the temporary and ultimate happiness and benefit for all sentient beings, then we're going to engage in this practice. All right. So then first the refuge and bodhicitta. So we're on the Nolsang Supplementary Prayers, page 1, I believe. So again, visualizing Shakyamuni Buddha, inseparable from our own root guru in the space in front of us, thinking that he has come here to this place to help us, to guide us. Visualizing all sentient beings in the space around us. And as we do this puja, they're doing it along with us. And then recalling the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha and aspiring to develop those qualities within ourselves. Then we go for refuge. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Okay, so next we'll bless the incense. Actually, it's probably a good time now. So before we bless the offerings, then it is said that we should first generate as the deity. So those of you who have had a high Soga Tantra initiation, you can generate as a high Soga Tantra deity. And when we did this with Lama Zopa Rinpoche in France, then he recommended doing it on the basis of mostly High Griva, but any High Soga Tantra deity is fine. And then if you don't have a High Soga Tantra initiation, you can do one of the lower Tantras, it's fine. But before we do that, then, we first purify ordinary appearances into emptiness. So then we always recite this mantra, which actually His Holiness also mentioned today. Om Sabhava Shuddha Sava Dhamma Sabhava Shuddho Ham. So, the ultimate nature of all phenomena and the ultimate nature of myself, right, is the same. All phenomena, including myself, are completely empty of inherent existence. Means they don't exist from their own side, from their own nature, independently, objectively. Yet they appear that way to our deluded minds. That's why they say that all phenomena are like an illusion. So to the best of your ability, just meditate on the meaning of emptiness. then those of you with initiation, then think that your very mind that is realizing emptiness is conjoined with great bliss. And then that very mind arises as the deity. Instantaneously, I arise as most secret Hayagriva with one face and two arms. Okay. So now we'll bless the incense. And so first, we'll do this most amazing mantra, the wish-granting wheel mantra, Om Pema Ushni Shabi Mare Hum Pe. So it is also said among the various benefits that if one thinks even of a monk who has broken the root vows and thus, when they pass away has been reborn in the hells, when you think about them and then recite this mantra, then it has the power to liberate them from rebirth in the hells. So maybe we don't know any monks who've broken the root vows, but in any case, there's countless sentient beings who are in the lower realms. So we're doing this first for all of their benefit, okay? Even if we don't know their names. So think that we're doing this for all the beings in the lower realms, and we recite the mantra, and then when we finish reciting, we'll blow on the incense. Om Pema Ushni Shabi Mare Hum Pe, 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 Om Pema Ushni Shabi Mare Hum Pe. Om Pema Ushni Shabi Mare Hum Pe. Okay. So, oh, no, not yet. I'm going to say this, and then maybe one of you who are listening can take this idea and run with it. But this mantra is this mantra that they often put over doorways, and it says anyone who passes under the mantra, then 1,000 eons of negative karma gets purified. So also, Rinpoche has that, I don't know, that big thing that he puts on people's heads, you understand? So in that is many of this mantra. So I had this idea that, just like you make wallpaper, but you can make ceiling paper with this mantra printed all over. And you can put it on the ceiling. So then even when you're walking around the house, you're constantly purifying. What do you think, Tenzin?
Idea for IKEA.
It's the first time I'm seeing him laugh.
And then transparent, nobody can see.
So anyway, that's my idea. Okay, so next, purifying the place on page 3. I know someone from Singapore is going to jump on this.
I'm going to grab this idea by next puja, implement it.
Yeah. Okay, so now purifying the place. Everywhere may the ground be pure, free of droplets of pebbles and so forth. May it be the nature of lapis lazuli and as smooth as the palm of one's hand. So now the invocation. So we're now, we had already invoked the merit field, but now, since this practice was taught by Guru Rinpoche, there's a special connection with Guru Rinpoche. We're going to invite and invoke Guru Rinpoche himself to come to this place now. Guru Rinpoche, who made promises to and commitments to help sentient beings of this degenerate age purify all the outer and inner obstacles. Savior of all beings without exception, divine
destroyer of the unbearable hordes of Maras and their forces, perfect know of all things without exception, Bhagavan, together with your ritual, please come here.
So now let's do the 7-line prayer. We're on page 4 of the supplementary prayers. So again, most important, thinking that Guru Rinpoche is one in nature with your own root guru, with your own holy virtuous friend. And then as we make these requesting prayers, remember what we're requesting. We're requesting, for ourselves as well as all sentient beings to become enlightened as quickly as possible. And if we're going to attain enlightenment as quickly as possible, then we need all the conditions to practice. So that we can continue to practice in this body, then we need a long life, good health, sufficient material resources, and so forth. Only as a means so they can become supportive conditions for our practice. They're not an aim in and of themselves. And then we also request for all the realizations, particularly bodhicitta and the realization of emptiness. And we wish our Guru to give those realizations in this very session.
Kodo Khadro Namsel Dorje Rinpoche Jingi Lache Shenzo Guru Rinpoche Oge Yoge Namjat Bema Gesa Dombola Jingi Khadro Bema Jene Kodo Khadro Namsel Dorje Rinpoche Jingi Lache Shenzo Guru Rinpoche Oge Yoge Namjat Bema Gesa Dombola Jingi Khadro Bema Jene Kodo Khadro Namsel Dorje Rinpoche Jingi Lache Shenzo Guru Rinpoche.
So the next prayer, Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche. Wa Dusum Sangye
Guru Rinpoche, Khadro Kunda Dewa Chimpusha, Bache Kunse Dudu Tapo Sel, Solwa Depso Jingi Lapchi So, China Sawe Bache Shiva Dan, Samba Lungi Buba Jingi Lo, Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Khadro Kunda Dewa Chimpusha, Bache Kunse Dudu Tapo Sel, Solwa Depso Jingi Laptu So, China Sawe Bache Shiva Dan, Samba Lungi Buba Jingi Lo, Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Khadro Kunda Dewa Chimpusha, Bache Kunse Dudu Tapo Sel, Solwa Depso Jingi Laptu So, China Sawe Bache Shiva Dan, Samba Lungi Buba Jingi Lo.
Om Ahum Bede Guru Masidi Om Ahum Bede Guru Masidi Om Ahum Bede Guru Masidi. So now as we recite the mantra, think that from Guru Rinpoche's heart, visualize in the space in front, then light rays radiate out and purify all the sentient beings of the 6 realms of samsara, purifying all of their spirit harm, all of their disease, all of their mental afflictions, all of their obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. and they become enlightened in the aspect of Guru Rinpoche. You can also think that at the tips of the light rays that radiate out from Guru Rinpoche, there's little replicas of Guru Rinpoche that then dissolve into the sentient beings, granting all the realizations, particularly bodhicitta, and then also the realization of emptiness. And by the time we're done, all sentient beings become enlightened in the aspect of Guru Rinpoche. Om Om Benza Guru Kama Simi Om. So you can rest at the end in the awareness that all sentient beings are now completely purified of all their spirit harm, disease, negative karma, obscurations, both liberation and enlightenment, and have attained the state of Guru Rinpoche. Okay, so next, the offering prayer. So, actually, we're ready?
Yeah.
So now, I mentioned at the beginning, so if you're using, a fire and then putting the substances on, that's one way. A more simple way is you just light the incense stick, and then you can just sprinkle the powder and different substances on top of it. Okay, so whatever kind of conditions you have now. Okay. So now, first, the offering prayer. May human and divine offerings actually arranged and mentally created, clouds of finest Samanthabhadra offerings fill the entire space. Okay, so now while we do this offering cloud mantra, think that not only the incense smoke here, not only the incense offering here, but all the other offerings you have at your home altar, all the other offerings that all the other students offer altars in the world, the various centers. I'm not sure how many centers are open that they do offerings, but you know what I mean. And then all the beautiful unowned things, all the unowned, beautiful flowers. And then you can especially think all the stars, the billions and billions of stars in the sky. Think that they all pervade the entire realm of space. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadana Tathagataya Arahate Samyasambhudaya Dayata Om Vajra Vajrama Vajrama Teja Vajrama Rija Vajrama Bodhicitta Vajrama Bodhimanda Pasamkramana Vajra Sarva Karma Varana Vishodana Vajra So Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadana Tathagataya Arahate Samyasambhudaya Ayata Om Vajra Vajrama Vajrama Teja Vajrama Rija Vajrama Bodhicitta Vajrama Bodhimanda Pasamkramana Vajra Sarva Karma Varana Vishodana Vajra So Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadana Tathagataya Arahate Samyasambhudaya Ayata Om Vajra Vajrama Vajrama Teja Vajrama Rija Vajrama Bodhicitta Vajrama Bodhimanda Pasamkramana Vajra Sarva Karma Varana Vishodana Vajra So. And the power of the truth of the sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two collections, and the spirit of phenomena being new and conceivable, these
dispels the clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattva studies among the bodies. Or unimaginable, inexhaustible liquid in the sky, arise and eyes of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas direction he receives.
Alms then, thinking that due to the power of having recited the words of truth and all the offerings that we visualize suitable to be received and enjoyed by the gurus through scripture. Realizes the yet while external nature sense food that we are offering and so forth. Okay. Actual text we did on the interferes, and so in a brief way, what we can understand is that there's three things that we do in a kind of more extensive way. We first do dispelling of hindrances, and this is for people who have the high circuit, or any kind of full initiation. Then you visualize that the like Vajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Humpe, right? So the Vajra Amrita, this deity, then tons of them come out of your heart and then chase away all the hindering spirits from the offering substances and chase them away past, beyond the great ocean. Okay. So in different practices, there'll be a different mantra for that. So in the Yamantaka, it'll just be Om Fri Fri Ritana Humpe, right? So you guys know. And then next is purifying into emptiness. So Om Sabhava Shuddha Sava Dhamma Sabhava Shuddham. You meditate on the emptiness of the offering substances, means lack of inherent existence. And then the last is the increasing. So then you'll see here in this text, for example, we have all three. So actually, this Rayam Kam, not sure if that is the dispelling the hindrances, but if you are doing it on the basis of Hayagriva, you can think, that Hayagrivas come out. Tribenda Goda Hayagriva, Hulu Hulu Humpe, and the many Hayagrivas dispel the hindrances from the incense. Then we purify into emptiness. And then you see this next part with this, from the sphere of emptiness, the broom appears, and then the Omahum melt and everything. Then this incense, we imagine it increases. It's not just the small whatever we have there, but it becomes a whole ocean. You understand? So those are the three. Dispelling, purifying means into emptiness, and then from the state of emptiness, we view the offering substances, then not just being small, but huge, and having, perfection, no impurities at all, and then pervading the entire sky, space, and earth. You understand? Okay. So here, I need to check the commentary, but I think we do Rayam Kam, and that serves as the spelling. Rayam Kam, Rayam Kam, Rayam Kam. May all the filth and impurities of the incense substances be burnt, scattered, washed away, and treasure mantra with mudra 7 times. We can think that we are now doing this practice. Actually, we should first do this. So think that, you know, we're now going to offer again this incense, this again, and we're doing this, you know, together with all sentient beings, so they can share in the merit. So we can think that again, we make these offerings to all the 10 directions, statues, stupid scriptures, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, inseparable from our own root Guru. And we make these offerings not just once, but many times on behalf of all sentient beings. And as the Gurus receive these offerings, they generate great bliss in their mental continua. And then we can think that, you know, we make these offerings on behalf of all sentient beings to Guru Medicine Buddha. So our own root Guru and aspect of Medicine Buddha. Also to help all the doctors, the medical workers and professionals. So Medicine Buddha is now extremely motivated to help all of them as well. Beings, the long life deities, Namgyalma, Amitayus, White Tara. Okay. So now, the benefit of this this practice is actually to purify the contaminations of the world and of the charity of the smoke to all the surrounding sentient beings. So now, please, we meditate. They become instantly purified of all of their sickness, all of their negative karma, as well as all. So first, we make charity. We offer these, you know, clouds of purified smoke incense to all the beings, precious mother sentient beings indeed. So then when the smoke touches their bodies, they're instantly purified from all sickness, negative karma, obscurations, both liberation, and attain enlightenment. We make charity of these clouds of incense offering to all the precious, kind mother sentient beings who are now in the form of pretas, who have taken rebirth as pretas. So when the smoke merely touches their bodies, and they're instantly purified of all their negative karma and obscurations, the obscurations of both liberation and enlightenment. And they attain enlightenment in the aspect of the deity we're practicing. We make charities, clouds of incense to all the kind mother sentient now born in the animal realm. So again, when the smoke touches their bodies, they're instantly purified of all negative karma and obscurations, the obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. And they attain enlightenment in the aspect of the deity we practice. We make charity to these clouds of these clouds of incense to all the kind mother sentient beings in the human realm. So again, thinking that these clouds of incense pervade the whole world, the whole universe. And that when this incense merely touches the bodies of the humans, they're instantly purified of all their sickness, all the negative karma, as well as all of the obscuration to both liberation and enlightenment. And they attain enlightenment in the aspect of the deity. We make charity of these clouds of incense, offering to all the precious, kind Mother Sentient beings who are now in the Asura realm. So think that when the clouds of incense merely touches their bodies, then all of their negative karma and obscurations, both liberation and enlightenment, are completely purified, and they attain enlightenment in the aspect of the deity. Then we make charity of these incense clouds to all the precious, kind Mother Sentient beings now born in the Sura realm. Again, when the smoke merely touches their bodies, they're instantly purified of all negative karma, obscurations, the obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. And they achieve the state of enlightenment in the deity, in the aspect of the deity. We make charity of all these clouds of incense to all the beings, the precious kind Mother Sentient beings now in the intermediate stage, all the Bardo beings. That means all the beings who have recently died, whether due to COVID-19 or from other factors. And the smoke merely touching their body and purifies all their negative karma and obscurations. And they achieve enlightenment in the aspect of the deity. Okay, so let's continue on with the actual practice text. So page 8.
Wisdom is illusions contaminate by wisdom deities. Non-virtues of the generating places contaminate the Vajra Master. Contaminate Dharma protectors and guardians.
Accumulating with mindfulness contaminates the old town protectors as the guardians. Disturbed concentration contaminates the mother.
Confused affection and love contaminates Vajra brothers and sisters.
Disturbing hatred contaminates
Contaminates the peaceful deities. Disturbing pride contaminates the increase. Disturbing attachment. View smells contaminate earth, underground, and space.
These also. Pray, listen. Contamination of the
Body makes one's complexion dull and weakens the body. Provokes unease inside and pain in the head, neck, and trunk. Contamination of speech makes one choke or stammer when speaking and mood.
It provokes excessive saliva and mucus and swelling of the mouth of the root of the tongue.
The head provokes dizziness, obscure sight, and lumps. Contamination of the male organ provokes impotence
And in fact,
contamination pure element. Water, nourish movement,
risk, bamboo, yaki,
golden flower, male, female,
wood,
sweet, excellent essences, various medicines, bitter and sweet, and endowed with sense, taste, and potency, barley, rice, wheat, unhusked grain, mustard seed, many kinds of white and black grains, and so forth, fine brocade, precious gems, savory extracts, and roasted barley, flour, offerings of fine essences, and the blessed white and red pledged substances, blown by wind, they become empty like space.
Appears
Blazes, burns, supreme fragrances, and the various burnt offerings,
which whereby plants. Okay, so hold on. We're on page 17. If contamination occurs due to ignorance, we purify the self-originated wisdom through this incense.
If contamination of 3 doors occurs by non-virtues, we purify the deities of 3 kayas through this incense. If contamination occurs due to complex substances, we purify the heat and impurity. We purify the old guardians through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to distorted love, we purify all the guests of compassion through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the affliction of hatred, we purify the peaceful deities.
If contamination occurs due to the affliction of pride,
we purify the increasing deities through this incense offering. If a contamination occurs due to the affliction of desires attachment, we purify the empowering through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the affliction of deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the affliction of ignorance, we purify the clarifying deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the affliction of we purify the local deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the affliction of quarrels and resentment, we purify the household deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the defilements of prepared commitments, we purify the exalted deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to smells, we purify the protector refuge deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to the barrenness and charming ground spirits, we purify the deities of existence through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to oath eaters and murder, we purify the deities of men and enemy deities through this incense offering.
If contamination occurs due to negative beings and butchers, we purify all the supreme deities through this incense offering.
If contamination occurs due to filth and murder of blood relations, we purify the purifying deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to pollution of corpses, we purify the envy deities through this incense offering. If contamination occurs due to widow and deities, love deities, fortune deities, love, possessions, may all these which are the contaminations and pollution, and smoke of these plants and become by impurities.
May be purified by the fragrance of Danta.
If dark sectors and gods become polluted by impurities, may they be purified by the fragrance of various types of meat and blood. If the Lord of Sangha becomes polluted by impurities, may he be cleansed by the fragrance of the impurities. May he be purified by the fragrance of flour mixed with boiled or meal. If all deities become polluted by impurities and filth, may they be purified by the fragrance of substance. May they be purified by the fragrance of colorful brocade, tiger, and leopard. The landlord may they be purified. The field deities become polluted by impurities. Purified by the fragrance of deities. Become polluted by deities become polluted and filth. May they be purified by the fragrance of the landlord. With the support of the deity comes in various medicines. If food side and righteous, just like a noble shaped crystal.
Page 27. Pray, listen.
The hearers and the kidneys are polluted. May be cleansed by the medicine of the supreme wood. Even the egg deities and demons are polluted. May they be cleansed by the supreme wood. Even the world guardians are polluted. Wood. Even the powerful deities residing in between are polluted. May they be purified by the supreme wood. Even the siblings and partners are polluted. May they be purified by the fragrance supreme wood. Even the ground ones and lords are polluted. May they be purified by the fragrance supreme wood. Even the protected deities may be purified by the medicine fragrance supreme wood. Even the 5 deities of angels are polluted. May they be purified by the fragrance supreme wood. Even the nurse goddess is polluted. Purified by the fragrance supreme wood. Deities are polluted. May be purified. Even the incense of his wood, may he be cleansed by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the Dorian deities are polluted, may they be purified by the fragrance of supreme wood. Even the wealth, may they be purified by the fragrance of supreme wood. Even the friendly deities are polluted, temples may they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the divine garments, may they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the divine flavors are polluted, may they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood.
Even the divine drinks of libations are polluted.
May they be purified. Even the divine yellow is polluted. May the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the is polluted. May be cleansed by the medicinal fragrance of wood. Even the blazing offerings to the protectors are polluted. Purified by the support substances are polluted. May they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the oppositions to the holy minds of deities and protectors, may they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood.
Pray let the temple upon all of us,
People, teachers, students, and all possessions, purified by the medicinal fragrance of the teacher's mind of the Lord God, the flourishing of cattle is polluted. Even the king, bodies, and reactions are polluted. May they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood.
even if the
Armor
armor
and weapons that are worn are polluted.
May they be purified by the medicinal
wood, even if
The food is polluted. May they be purified by the medicinal polluted. May they be purified by the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Even the people
servants
servants and watchdogs
are polluted. May they be purified by the power and influence are polluted. By the medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Purified by the medicinal supreme wood. Even the strength and good fortune. Fragrance of wood.
So on page Shilpi in Delhi has asked for us to pray, and anyway, all the 6 sentient beings in this world that have asked us to pray for them, even if they didn't ask us for them to pray for us. Paul's mother,
Jackie Cornell.
page 40. Pray, listen. May this
Medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Landlord spirits in supreme wood. Flesh and skin and me and the general. May this medicinal fragrance of supreme wood. Supreme. May those contaminated person. Fragrance supreme. May your examination that excites the stars, the waxing moon. May all blossoms and all people patient. May fame and reputation pervade like thunder. May possess long life, good health, and be free from sickness. And have happiness.
For a while, as well as the new karma, as well as all the disease. Now completely pacified. Okay. So now back to the Nolsang supplementary prayers.
And beings. So, conditions such as the harms of ground spirits, illness, and the Buddhas, not a cure in the realms of the world. May what not a cure in the realms of the world. May all the mouth, Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be harmed by 80,000 classes of interferers. The 360 evils come suddenly. The 400 health and will be fulfilled.
So now we'll finish with the recommended by Guru Rinpoche, His Holiness Dalai Lama, many great lamas. So first again, we'll generate a satiety after first purifying into emptiness. Om Sabhava Shuddha Sabhava Sabhava Shuddha Tomba Nindu Gyo. So again, thinking that your mind, which realizes emptiness, is conjoined with great bliss. And if you have the requisite initiations, then think like this, that I become the very ferocious Guru Vajrapani, holding a Vajra and snake lasso. My holy body is complete with the glorious ornaments of the Toronto grounds, and I stand with my 2 feet stretched out on a lotus in the sun. My body emits a blazing transcendental wisdom fire. From my holy body fire Garudas, iron scorpions, black pigs, wind, fire, and the noxious vapors of poison are emitted like violent winds and hailstorms, destroying all disease, epidemics, spirit harms, and interferes. So maintain that visualization as we recite the mantra. Om Vijabe, Om Parmesan,
Gori Ben Brashik Nagananda Dasarvita Hanana Vajana Rajaraso Om Jabe Dom Padashvari Ben Brashik Nagananda Dasarvita Hanana Vajana Rajaraso Om Jabe Dom Padashvari Ben Brashik Nagananda Dasarvita Hanana Vajana Rajaraso Om Jabe Dom Padashvari Ben Brashik Nagananda Dasarvita Hanana Vajana Rajaraso. Om Jabe
So the conclusion of the session, so in case you haven't done before, at the end you can blow on water, you can blow on lotion or ointment, or at the very least blow into your hand, cup your hand in front of your mouth so you blow up into your nostrils. And then think at the end of the session, all disease and spirit harm are totally destroyed. Then abide again in a state of meditation on emptiness. While empty, one arises again as the deity's holy body. So we're on dedication on page 13. Due to all the roots of virtue accumulated 3 times by myself, all sentient beings,
cherish others more than oneself, be generated one's mental having easily generated the great seal of clear light in their minds, with the state of highest enlightenment. In short, by pleasing the Holy Virtuous Master, with activities of much less that bring to completion the realization of Mui's intent, may spread their teachings to victorious ones in 10 directions.
Okay, page 14. Samsara nirvana, like
An atom of inherent existence, cause and effect, independent rising and betraying. It's your blessings to discern the meaning of Nagarjuna's thought, that these two are mutually complementary, not contradictory.
In the precious realization of 2 stages,
Not yet born arise, that
due to all the past, present, and future
merits collected by me and the numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, may all wars, sickness, famine, and economic problems in the world, and all dangers of earth, water, fire, wood, fight immediately, and may perfect peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts and lives, by their generating loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. May the Buddha Dharma last a long time. sentient beings in this world meet the Buddha Dharma and achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible.
Determined to obtain the
As
greatest
possible benefit from all sentient beings, more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times.
However many sick sentient beings
There are, may they quickly be freed from all sicknesses. May all the sicknesses without exception of transmigratory beings never occur. In all my lives, never separate from perfect gurus. May enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the grounds and paths, we attain the state of Vajradhara.
by the force of the
Tsongkhapa, act as a guide, my virtuous friend in our lives. May we never turn away for even a second from the pure path highlighted by the victorious ones. Like the earth, water, fire, and wind, medicines and isolate.
Yes.
Good in the forest.
May I always be
Enjoyed by all beings
they like
without resistance. May I cherish all sentient beings like my own life. May I cherish
much more than myself. May
all the negative karma ripen on me. May all the virtue ripen on them.
As long as any sentient have been liberated from samsara,
May I abide
in samsara to help them, even
when
though
I achieve highest enlightenment.
Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected
By me,
I
so
achieve the state of full enlightenment. With all the sentient beings who are not saved. Existing from my
Tenzin